Hello everyone, and welcome to the Well Baby channel. Today, we will discuss the benefits of breastfeeding for all of the moms who want to breastfeed their babies. Be sure to watch until the last tip, because I'm sure it will be very valuable to all of you first-time mothers out there who have chosen to breastfeed their child. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so we can help you as much as possible with your new bundle of joy. Now let's jump straight into the video. Choosing to breastfeed your baby can offer a host of benefits for both you and your little one. First and foremost, breast milk is nature's perfect food for your baby. It's custom-made to meet their nutritional needs. Breast milk provides essential nutrients, antibodies, and immune-boosting factors that help protect your baby from infections and illnesses. Breastfeeding also creates a unique bond between you and your baby. It's a special time for cuddles, comfort, and connection. From a practical standpoint, breastfeeding can save you money. There are no formula costs or bottles to buy. Breastfeeding can even make nighttime feedings easier, as breast milk is always ready and at the perfect temperature. And yes, you can breastfeed in public if you choose to. Breastfeeding is also environmentally friendly, leaving a smaller carbon footprint compared to formula production. Remember, breastfeeding is a choice, and it's okay to seek support and guidance if you encounter challenges. Ultimately, whether you breastfeed for a short time or an extended period, it's a wonderful way to nourish and nurture your baby, creating beautiful moments of love and care. Choose what's best for you and your baby. Breast milk is often considered the best food source for infants due to its unique composition and numerous benefits. Nature specifically created it to meet the nutritional and developmental needs of human infants. Breast milk provides the perfect balance of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals for a growing infant. It contains easily digestible proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, as well as essential vitamins and minerals in the right proportions. Breast milk is rich in antibodies, enzymes, and white blood cells that help protect infants from infections and illnesses. This passive immunity is crucial in the early months of life, when an infant's immune system is still developing. Breast milk contains essential fatty acids like DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, which are important for brain and cognitive development. Breast milk is highly digestible, reducing the risk of gastrointestinal issues such as constipation and diarrhea. Breastfed infants tend to have a lower risk of developing allergies, asthma, and eczema compared to formula-fed infants. Breastfed infants often experience gradual and appropriate weight gain, reducing the risk of obesity later in life. Breastfeeding promotes emotional bonding between the mother and baby, providing comfort and security. Breast milk is always available at the right temperature, making it convenient for feeding, especially during nighttime awakenings. Breastfeeding is cost-free, whereas formula feeding can be expensive. Breastfeeding has a lower environmental impact compared to formula production, which involves resource-intensive processes. It's important to note that while breast milk is highly beneficial, it may not be the best or only option for every mother and baby. There are situations where formula feeding is necessary or preferred, such as when a mother is unable to breastfeed due to medical reasons, when the baby has specific dietary needs, or when the mother chooses to use formula for personal reasons. Ultimately, the decision to breastfeed or use formula should be made based on individual circumstances and preferences, with the guidance of healthcare professionals. What's most important is ensuring that the baby receives adequate nutrition and care to support healthy growth and development. Breastfeeding is a personal choice that can provide essential benefits for both mother and baby. Women with breasts of various sizes can breastfeed their babies successfully. The size of a woman's breasts is not the determining factor in her ability to breastfeed. The key to successful breastfeeding is the presence of functional mammary glands, which are responsible for milk production. The amount of fatty tissue in the breasts is the main factor in determining breast size, which is not always related to milk production. The functional tissue responsible for milk production and secretion is located deeper within the breast, and it is present in women with small, medium, or large breasts. Breast size varies from person to person, but the anatomy of the mammary glands, ducts, and milk-producing structures is generally consistent. The hormone prolactin stimulates milk production in response to a baby's suckling and the removal of milk from the breasts. As long as the necessary hormonal and physical processes are in place, a mother can produce milk regardless of her breast size. Successful breastfeeding often depends on the baby's ability to latch onto the breast effectively and remove milk. Mothers of all breast sizes can work with lactation consultants and healthcare professionals to ensure proper latching and technique. Mothers who plan to breastfeed should seek guidance and support during their pregnancy and postpartum period. This can include attending breastfeeding classes, working with lactation consultants, and joining support groups to address any concerns or challenges that may arise. Finding comfortable breastfeeding positions can help mothers and babies establish a successful breastfeeding relationship. Experimenting with different positions can be helpful for both small and large-breasted mothers. It's important for mothers to know that breast size should not be a barrier to breastfeeding success. If a mother has concerns about her ability to breastfeed due to breast size or any other factor, she should consult with a healthcare provider or lactation consultant for guidance and support. In most cases, with the right resources and support, mothers of all breast sizes can breastfeed their babies successfully. Breast milk is uniquely tailored to meet the nutritional needs of a newborn. It contains essential nutrients, vitamins, and minerals in the right proportions for healthy growth and development. Breast milk is rich in antibodies and immune-boosting compounds that help protect infants from infections and illnesses. It provides passive immunity, which is especially important in the first few months of life. Breast milk is easily digestible, reducing the risk of gastrointestinal issues such as constipation and diarrhea. Breast milk contains essential fatty acids like DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, that support brain development and cognitive function. Breastfed infants have a lower risk of developing allergies, asthma, and eczema compared to formula-fed infants. Breastfeeding has been associated with a decreased risk of SIDS. Breastfeeding promotes emotional bonding between the mother and baby, providing comfort and security. Breast milk is always ready and at the right temperature, making it convenient for feeding, especially during nighttime awakenings. Breastfeeding helps the uterus contract, reducing postpartum bleeding and aiding in the mother's recovery after childbirth. Breastfeeding burns extra calories, which can help mothers lose pregnancy weight more quickly. Mothers who breastfeed have a lower risk of developing breast and ovarian cancer. Exclusive breastfeeding can act as a natural form of contraception for the first 6 months, known as the lactational amenorrhea method, LAM. Breastfeeding is cost-free, whereas formula feeding can be expensive. There's no need to prepare bottles or formula, which can save time and effort. Breastfeeding has a lower environmental impact compared to formula production, which involves resource-intensive processes. Breastfeeding can enhance the emotional connection between the mother and baby, promoting feelings of satisfaction and bonding. Some studies suggest that breastfeeding may reduce the risk of postpartum depression in some women. It's important to note that while breastfeeding offers numerous benefits, it may not be possible or suitable for all mothers and infants. Each situation is unique, and some mothers may need to explore alternative feeding options based on their individual circumstances and preferences. Ultimately, the decision to breastfeed should be made in consultation with healthcare professionals to ensure the best outcomes for both the mother and the baby. While breastfeeding offers numerous advantages, it's essential to acknowledge that there can be challenges and potential disadvantages associated with it. Breastfeeding can be physically uncomfortable or painful, especially in the early weeks as the baby learns to latch correctly. Sore nipples, engorgement, and plugged ducts are common issues that can cause discomfort. Breastfeeding can be time-consuming, especially in the first few months when babies feed frequently. This can be challenging for mothers who have busy schedules or need to return to work. Breastfeeding means that only the mother can feed the baby, which can limit her independence and make it challenging for others to help with feeding duties. Some mothers may need to limit certain foods or substances, example, caffeine, alcohol, allergens, in their diet to prevent adverse effects on the baby. Some babies may have difficulty latching properly, leading to frustration and difficulties with breastfeeding. In some cases, medical conditions or tongue ties can affect breastfeeding. Some mothers may feel uncomfortable breastfeeding in public or face societal pressure to cover up or breastfeed in private. Certain medical conditions, medications, or breast surgeries can make breastfeeding difficult or impossible for some women. The pressure to breastfeed can lead to emotional stress and feelings of guilt or inadequacy for mothers who struggle with it or cannot breastfeed for various reasons. Breastfeeding mothers need to pay close attention to their own nutrition to ensure they are getting enough calories, vitamins, and minerals to support both their own health and the baby's growth. Frequent nighttime feedings can disrupt a mother's sleep, potentially leading to fatigue and sleep deprivation. Returning to work while breastfeeding can be challenging, as it may require pumping breast milk and navigating workplace accommodations and policies. Some infants may be sensitive to certain proteins or substances in breast milk, leading to colic, reflux, or allergies. It's important to remember that many of these disadvantages can be managed or mitigated with proper support, education, and resources. Breastfeeding challenges can often be addressed with the help of lactation consultants, healthcare professionals, and support groups. Additionally, it's essential to recognize that the decision to breastfeed or use formula is a personal one, and what works best may vary from one mother-infant pair to another. Ultimately, the well-being of both the mother and the baby should be the primary consideration in making this decision. Thank you all for tuning in today. If you found this information helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, feel free to leave your comments or questions below. Take care, and many blessings to all of you first-time moms.